So, run of show. You will hear from Chancellor Howell, Luke Corrigan, and Coach Gainey himself. Following that, we'll give a 15-minute media session for questions and answers. Then after that, we will go just outside of the press conference area to the right here, where we'll have breakout interviews with Coach Gainey. So just inside, a year ago, we welcomed a new chancellor. Just like Justin Gainey, he's a graduate of NC State and a former student athlete. Please give a round of applause for our chancellor, Dr. Kevin Howell.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a great day for NC State and our men's basketball program. I'm so pleased to be with you this afternoon to welcome our new head basketball coach. There are a number of people I'd like to thank before we get started. We do have some folks who helped make that decision that are with us today. From the Board of Trustees, and I'll ask you to stand. We have Chair Ed Stack, if you would stand. Maria Curie, Eric Dixon, Jim Holmes, Gazelle Johnston, Wendell Murphy, David Powers, Perry Saffron, Isaac Carreno, our student body president. These are the members that are present with us for our board of trustees. The Board of Governors. I'm so pleased to have with us today our chair of the Board of Governors, Wendy Murphy, if you would please stand. Alex Mitchell, the liaison to the board, and Jimmy Clark, if you would please stand. Thank you. From the Board of Visitors of NC State, Chair Jim Hanson is here with us today, if you would please stand. Also, Brian McMurray is with us from our board, if you would please stand. It's important that I recognize members from our North Carolina General Assembly. I'm delighted to have one of our own, our alumni members, Senator Benton Sorry, with us today. Thank you, sir. And finally, the Wolfpack Club. Our chair is Clyde Phillips. Where are you, Clyde? In here. And all members of the Wolfpack Club board, would you please stand? Thank you for being with us today. And I want to thank all the donors and all of the support that this university has given, not only for today, but just throughout my first year. Now, I got to say this because it's been on my heart. NC State, we have a rich, storied men's basketball program that includes multiple ACC championships and national championships. We've also had great coaches in our program, some of the very best. From Everett Case to Norm Sloan to Jim Barbano. What today is about, we're here to introduce our next great coach for the Wolfpack, which is Justin Gainey. To name Justin Gainey, to have him as our new NC State's men's basketball coach. But I want to tell you why. Number one, he's one of our own. He's a native son of High Point, North Carolina. He's not once, but a two-time graduate of NC State. He's one of our most outstanding point guards that played on our teams. And by the way, he started his coaching position career right here. So for Coach Gainey, this is what we call the full circuit moment by joining us as our coach. Here's the part I like about him. Coach Gainey's reputation for his tenacity as a player, it began here. But also his humility, relentless pursuit of excellence for his players and for the team, both on and off of the court. It's what made him one of the top associate head coaches in college basketball. Coach Gainey's values. We learned a lot about values, didn't we? Coach Gainey's values reflect who we are at NC State. It's what equips them not only to lead our program with integrity, but to lead and shape the lives of so many young men. As your chancellor, and as you're an alum and a devoted fan of the Wolfpack, I'm proud of our legacy in men's basketball, but I'm even more excited about our future together. Our goals, let's be clear, is to win championships. Our goals are to win championships with a strong and competitive team on the court and help our student athletes become better players, better students, and better people. Let me now recognize and thank our McMurray Family Director of Athletics, Blue Corrigan. And before he comes before us, I want you to know, as Chancellor, I'm grateful for Athletic Director Corrigan. One, for his strong relationships throughout the college basketball community. I must admit, and many of the members on the Board of Trustees out here, it did not take long for Boo's phone to start ringing. It rang immediately. And that says a lot, not only about our great university and the great people that we have part of our university, but it also says a lot about you, Boo Corrigan. And he and his team, many of the members that are here, worked tirelessly over the last several days to make sure that we got this right. So please join me in thanking and recognizing our AD, Boo Corrigan.
I was just going to stand here. I didn't know what he was going to say, but the logical answer at this point is what he said, right? As we go into this. This is indeed a great day for NC State and a great day for our men's basketball program. I want to thank our donors. I want to thank our fans. I want to thank Coach Doran during spring practice for being here, which speaks to who we are and what we are as an athletic department. But to the donors and fans, thank you for your passion. Thank you for your toughness and resilience and your loyalty. Now, tracking the airplane may have been a step too far. We do appreciate your passion. And finally, to Coach Gainey, welcome home. It's great to have you. Many of the people here remember Coach Gainey at Greensboro Day, and I think Coach Freddie's here somewhere. Yeah, Coach, great to have you here. Remember him in Reynolds Coliseum. Remember him at the Lenovo Center, then known as the Entertainment and Sports Arena. Right? So much so that the first NC State basket made in this arena was made by your new head coach. but do not let his youthful appearance deceive you. Coach Gainey's a veteran coach with 20 years of experience at the highest level. Since his time as a player, he's coached with some of the great coaches. He's gained a wealth of experience. He's been a part of big games. He knows what it takes to win at the highest level. He's recruited at the highest level. He's built relationships to build a team and to build a coaching staff. Make no mistake, the teams that he's been a part of were more successful because of Coach Gainey being on that staff. In an era of basketball that analytics are playing such a big role right now, Coach Gainey's teams will be built on the basics. We'll score the ball. We'll defend at a high level. We will rebound. We will dive for loose balls. We will get steals. We will show toughness every step of the way, because that's who NC State is. More importantly, Coach Gainey is a husband and father to Courtney, to Jordan, who's not here because he's still playing, correct? To Jason and to Jackson. And a son to Marion and Napoleon. Thank y'all so much for being here. Some, welcome back to the back. Some, welcome to the back. It's great to have you. As a former point guard, Jason knows what it takes to manage a team. As a former captain, he knows what it takes to be a strong leader and what we need to do to take the next step. And as a two-time NC State graduate, he understands the love we all have for this university. To quote Coach Doran, Jason's blood is in the bricks. We're excited for the program and see where we go and what you can build here at NC State. And we're excited about the future under your leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, been a long week. Been a long week. It is my pleasure and honor to introduce you to your next head basketball coach, Justin Gainey.
Thank you guys. You didn't have to stop clapping. It was awesome. That's awesome. Luke, thanks so much. Chancellor, thanks so much. This is surreal. It's a surreal moment for me. It's like a dream come true that still hasn't fully set in. I'm just so excited to be here, to be in front of you. It's home. I'm excited to be back home. First and foremost, I want to thank God. I want to thank God for this incredible opportunity. I'm humbled, I'm grateful, and I'm ready. And I know without him, none of this would be possible. Without him, I probably would have given up a long time ago. But I kept my eye on him. He kept guiding me through. And I didn't change my values. I didn't change who I was. to ascend quicker. I just kept grinding, kept going, and tried to do things the right way. And it's awesome to see that pay off. I want to start by thanking the leadership here at NC State, Chancellor Kevin Howell and Boo Coleman. Thank you so much for believing in me and giving me this amazing opportunity to live out my dream. This is a special place with a proud tradition, and I don't take any of this lightly. I don't take any of these responsibilities lightly. I know what comes with it. I was born here in North Carolina, played here at NC State. I understand what being on Tobacco Road is all about. I understand it. And Boo said it great in his last presser. You gotta have a certain type of toughness to be it. And if you look at my career, my path, I was never the tallest guy. I was never the fastest. I wouldn't say I always shot the ball the best. But the one thing that I prided myself on was toughness. And I tried to bring that every day. And as long as I'm your head coach, you can count on that every single day that I'm going to bring that toughness. And all of my teams and my staff and everybody that's in contact with us will have that toughness. Now, I wouldn't be standing here today without the people who have supported me all throughout my career. I want to start with my family, my beautiful wife, Courtney. She's been married over 20 years. I don't know how many moves. Started here in North Carolina, went all the way out to San Jose, California, to Tennessee, and now we back home, baby. Through all those moves, you've always been the rock of the family, keeping everybody together, organizing things when I'm home, when I'm away, when I'm in games, recruiting. You were always that solid force to get the boys where they needed to get to and to run our family. And thank you. It means a lot. And this is, I couldn't have got here without you. I couldn't. To my boys, Jordan, Jason, Jackson, you guys are my why. You guys are my why. Everything I do, I try to make you proud. And I would never compromise myself, compromise our name, just for a quick fix or a quick win. And I do that with you guys in mind. And I try to be the best role model for you guys that I possibly can. To my parents, Mom, Dad, thank you for everything. You guys, whether you know it or not, instilled in me an unbelievable work ethic. Just to watch you guys go about your business and do what you do and provide for the family, I don't take that for granted. And it taught me a lot as far as hard work, as far as never complaining, and always having a positive view on whatever the situation is. And it's helped prepare me for everything that came my way. And everything that came, I always tried to find the positive in it. And you guys would never let me find the negative. And so for that, I'm thankful. To all my mentors and former coaches, I would like to thank you guys as well. My dad, I throw you in that category as the best coach I've ever had. Remember the AAU trips? trying to figure it out. Coach Johnson, you don't know how important you've been to me in my whole career. From a development standpoint, I remember when I got to Greensboro Day, and when I talk development now to my players, I speak of when I started with you, and that's the vision that I have for all my players. Because, man, you met me, Coach, in 1990, probably 92. And the relationship we have now is stronger than it probably was when I was playing for you. You're always my sounding board. You're always somebody I can reach out to. You're someone that's going to keep it real with me. And I want that relationship with my players. I want my guys to be able to call me 30 years from now and be able to lean on me, and I go watch their kids play, and we just have that lifelong relationship. So, Coach Jay, thank you. Also, Coach Barnes. I'd like to thank Coach Barnes as well. He's been an unbelievable mentor for me, guiding me through so many different processes, helping me grow, helping me develop. I wouldn't be the man, the coach that I am right now for what, man. He showed me a different way. He showed me a way that I envision running my program as well. And so thank you to you guys. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank the former players. I see my guys here, Jeremy Hyatt, Joshua Benjamin, Damon Thornton. Damon and I came into the same class, but all three of you guys were on that team that we went to the ACC Tournament Championship, and we share so many memories, and we still talk often to this day. And for the players, like we talked about it yesterday, like I want this to be a place you can come back to and call home. I want you guys to develop relationships that you will have forever. And I want to be an example for you of that, because those guys, we went through a lot together. We went through hard together. And it did nothing but make us closer. And that's what we're about to embark on. We're getting ready to go through hard. And you gotta be prepared for it. You gotta want it. You gotta enjoy it. And that hard will bring you together. That hard will harden you for those tough moments on the court, also in life. But for the former players, I'm excited to be here. This is for us, man. This is for us. And, it's time for us to have that feel, that home feel that we deserve. That mentoring of the young guys, teaching them the way, showing them what it's about to be from NC State, to be a Wolfpack, because we have unbelievable tradition. Like I remember when I was a freshman, sophomore, Coach would come back, and I'd watch him work. And he was older than me. I don't know what Coach is here, but Coach was older than him. But just how he worked, and talking to him about his experience when he was with the Celtics. Chucky Brown was always around in the summer, and I could bounce stuff off of him. But that's the feel we gotta have. That's the feel we gotta be together. And I'm excited to take that next chapter with you guys. Now to the Wolfpack Nation. I can already feel your passion, your pride, your determination to win at the highest level. And I share that with you. I really do. And I'm excited. I'm excited, man, more than you can believe, to be here. And I promise you, we're going to build this program that reflects your energy, your toughness, and your commitment. We will compete every single day to represent this university in the best way it possibly can. Every single day. And you have my word on that. Players, to the current players, This program is going to be built on a couple things, and it's simple. We're going to develop. We're going to develop you guys. I don't want you to walk in with any limitations on yourself, on who you can become, and what you're capable of. We're gonna help you reach whatever limits you're trying to reach on the court as well as off the court. It's our job to develop you there. We're gonna connect, all right? We're gonna connect with the community. You guys are gonna have an unbelievable connection within your group that can never be torn apart. You're gonna connect with the university. This is an amazing place with a lot of people that care about you. Believe it or not, they care about you and they want to see you succeed, not only as players, but also after. And these are people that are going to be in your life forever. Like for me, receiving that call from Wendell Murphy the other day, just kind of out of the blue. I look on my phone, it's like a random phone number, and I answered it, and it's Wendell. And I can remember coming back from games, he would fly with us on the charter flights, and he would, you know, I'd sit beside him and we would talk, and you know, his presence was always around. But that's 35 years ago, and we still have those relationships. Look at the people that came out, right? The NC State faithful. And if it wasn't closed, we probably could have filled the arena. But you got a family for it, and you always will. Remember that. And then we're going to compete. We're going to compete every day with toughness, and we're going to compete together. Because at the end of the day, we're in this to win. We're in this to win big. We're in this to win championships. And the only way that happens is competing at the highest level in everything you do. We're going to compete in the classroom. We're going to compete in study hall. We're going to compete in practice. We're going to compete in the games. Everything is going to be competitive. And so I hope you guys are ready for that. From a recruiting standpoint, I want to recruit high character student athletes who embrace the standard and take pride in wearing that jersey. And I understand the era we're in right now, right? Where transfer portal rosters are fluid. Maybe you have a guy for 1 year, maybe it's 2 years. I get it. But I will not, and I promise you, and I'll do my best through the vetting system. Low character would not exist in my program. It would not. And we will have high character young men that you'll be proud of. High character young men, they're going to compete, they'll fight, they'll do whatever they got to do on the court. But you know they have that character that we're looking for here at NC State. I'm a North Carolina guy. Everywhere I've been, I've recruited North Carolina, and I feel like I've done it at a high level, and I'm ready to take that to another level. I always thought if I was in state, man, I could really make some noise. And I thought I did a pretty good job pulling some talent out. But we're going to recruit the state hard and heavy. It's a lot of talent in this state. It's a lot. And we're going to scratch every corner of this state to find the best that fit us. But we want to be dominant in the state of North Carolina in recruiting, and then we'll build out from there. As far as the transfer portal, we're going to be active in it. We'll be aggressive in it. Right? I know it's very fluid. We're still going to find our guys within that. We're going to ask all the questions that need to be asked. We're going to have all the uncomfortable meetings to find the right guys. But we're going to be active, we're going to be aggressive, and we're going to be very competitive in the transfer portal. And so as I close, the respect of the tradition here at NC State is unbelievable. And the thing I want to promise you is that you're going to get my best effort every single day in everything that we do. We're going to be relentless. And my teams will reflect that relentless mindset. I'm excited to get to work. I'm excited to connect with the community. And I'm excited to lead this program. Thank you. Thank you to everybody for coming out. I really appreciate it. Look forward to spending more time with everybody. And again, I can't express to you, how excited I am and ready to get to work. Go Pack!
Welcome back to the Pack, like you never left. So for the next 15 minutes, we'll allow the media to ask questions to Chancellor Howell, to our new basketball coach, Justin Gainey, and also our McMurray family Director of Athletics, Boo Corrigan. When we have microphones, and once you get the microphone, if you would please state your name and your affiliation, and then fire away. And if everybody could kind of stay seated and don't move around a lot, we'll be able to hear a lot better. After that, that's when we will go outside to the area to the right here for breakout interviews with Coach Gainey. First question, right here on the left.
Justin, what attributes define NC State if someone was to ask you before you got hired, and why are those characteristics mesh with you, sir?
Toughness. Toughness. I talked about it earlier. Just for me, personally, that's all I knew, right? That's all I knew. And it was about figuring it out. And because my role wasn't always smooth, right? Played up and down sporadically as a freshman. Had a coaching change as I came in. Won some games, lost some big games, right? But you had to stay consistent with your toughness. From a mental standpoint, which is the most important part of it, but also physical. And as I think about the main characteristic of NC State, we're tough. We're tough. Think about Wittenberg and them team that won the championship. Had to come from the play-in game and win the ACC championship to even get into the tournament. Tough.
Next question, just to remember, identify yourself, and then if you have a specific person you want to ask the question to, fire away.
Justin Tim Peeler, NC State University. It looks like you could go another 160 straight right now if you were up to it. Want to do it?
I don't know about that, Tim. Hey, we definitely have to walk the ball up the court and use all our time.
The last time we talked, you shared a moment on the bus ride where Coach Gross came up to you and said, "Hey, Justin, you ever thought about going into coaching?" And you said, "I don't know if I can handle players like me." Can you talk a little bit about or reflect on how much you've grown as a person, as a coach, and the difficulty of how much college basketball and athletics has grown up over those last 30 years?
Yeah, I remember that conversation vividly, and every time I talk to Coach Gross, he always reminds me of it. But no, I always thought I'd play forever, and the thought of coaching was so far removed from me that I couldn't see myself doing. But at the time, I was young. I didn't really understand what coaching was, right? You think it's just walking out with the clipboard, drawing X's and O's, and, carrying a whistle around. So much more than that. And once I started to understand what coaching really was, I was drawn to it. I wanted to do it, and I wanted to mentor. I wanted to share my experiences with guys like me that have come from places like me that had shared experiences and that needed some direction, needed some guidance on how to handle different situations. And so that's what coaching is. That's what it comes down to. The mentoring part, and then also the trying to get the most out of yourself, trying to pull the most out of yourself, and not be hamstringed by any type of limitations that other people put on you or that you put on yourself. And so as I reflect back to that bus ride, it's clear I didn't understand what coaching was then. But as I started to interact more with student athletes, as I started to coach a middle school basketball team at Cary Academy, way back when it was like SAS Academy or whatever, right? I'm coaching little 8th graders and riding around on a little short bus, right? And I think I'm coaching them up. I got my clipboard, and we coaching them up. We went undefeated that year, too. What you remember from those, not necessarily the games, I can't even remember who we played, but it's the bus rides back. It's the questions they ask about playing at state and all of that stuff. And that's what coaching is about. That's what it's about.
Stay on the left right here, guys.
Corey Smith, Power 247. This is for Justin and Boo. You know, how much did the talks last year and the interviews last year kind of help to expedite this process a little bit?
You know, everything's new, right, as you're going into this. We had our eyes on Coach Gainey for a period of time, even before last year. His ability to connect in talking with, whether it's Sean Miller or Wojo or Coach Barnes, they all said he was ready for this. I think maybe there was a comfort level between the two of us. I think where we really connected was at KB's retirement. When those of you that know KB, we were at the retirement together and had a chance to connect and talk for about 15 minutes at that point. But we offered the job to one person, and that one person took the job. And we're thrilled that he's here.
One person down, Trayvon.
Trayvon Miles, ABC 11. Justin, a lot of the alums that I've talked to already today are excited that one of their own is the head coach. What kind of support have you heard from some of the guys that you've already named just in taking this role?
No, the support has been through the roof, as I knew it would, because we're family. All of us in this room, we're family. And we're all connected by a common bond. And regardless of what happens, family is family. We always gonna come together. So I had no doubt that the support would be there. I'm just excited to serve. I'm excited to serve everybody and put a product on the floor that everybody in here can be proud of. That everybody, when you're watching NC State play, you say that's going to be the hardest, toughest playing team in the country. That's the view. That's how I want to be viewed.
Just be aware that if every person in this room took 5 minutes, he wouldn't be able to recruit until June. So if we could have a little bit of respect for the man as he's going into all this, that would be great.
One person down to the left here.
So Fletcher from the Wolfpack Ground 3. Coach, what have you learned these past 19 years as assistant that you think has prepared you the most to be a head coach?
I mean, it's one thing. It's just hard to get down to it, but as I talked about earlier, it's just it's all about relationships. Everything is about relationships. People may try to camouflage it by money, NIL, playing time, whatever you may say. But it comes down to having a relationship with the young men, with their circle, with their coaches, with their parents. It's all about relationship. If you have a good relationship, if you can develop a relationship, then you can work through any problem. You can work through any issues you may have. And so the thing, I've learned that the most, that in coaching it's about relationships and it's about just giving, right? Serving these young men. And because when they know that you care about them, they'll run through a wall for you. They really will. If they know it's all transactional, if they think it's all just about basketball and you could care less about their personal life, then yeah, times get hard and they're going to quit. They're going to say, coach, whatever, you care about me. And I never want to be that guy. I want to be able to pick up the phone and they're inviting me to their weddings, or I'm watching their kids, I'm recruiting their kids, right? I want to have that relationship like I have with my former coaches, like I got with Coach Jay.
Stay on media row to the left, Jaden.
Jane Watson Fisher, News and Observer. The reality is, I feel like there are some members of the fan base that are hurt from previous coaches. What are some other practical ways that you want to rebuild the trust with the university and its supporters?
We're here today to celebrate a new leader of this program who has everything that we need. It has the right moral compass for this fan base, who understands what NC State is all about, who truly is going to take pride in the name on the front of the jersey. Thank you.
Stay to the left.
Justin, General League Spectrum News 1. You mentioned it in your opening statement that you kind of bided your time. There was nothing you were going to do to shortcut getting to an opportunity like this. When did you know that you were ready, to take on such a challenge that is competing in the triangle, but also go back to your alma mater?
You know what? You did it last year.
Yeah, no, you know what? It's you always, as I've developed and grown within the profession, you always think you're ready, right? You really do. And with every year, you gain different experiences. You learn from different people. I've been in a unique situation where I've been under some really high-level coaches. And we've done a lot of high-level things at every stop I've been at. Whether it's, #1 recruiting class in the country, whether it's a part of the staff where we had the #1 offense in the country, part of the staff where we had the #1 defense in the country. Classes, we've had the #1 offensive rebounding team in the country. I won SEC championships. I won SEC tournaments, been as high as a 2 seed. And so all those experiences, right, you learn from them. You see them, you live them, and you take from each one of those. And so as I go through, my career and I think about those moments, I'm pulling from all of those different situations. And that's, again, I can't be Rick Barnes. I can't be Herb Sendek. I can't be whoever else. I'm Justin Gainey. But I'm pulling from all of those things that I've learned. And while there may be some people with maybe more experience or whatever, it's in different positions, there ain't a lot of people that's been where I've been.
We got time for a couple more questions. Back to Rob.
Yeah, Rob McLean, Southpack Sports. You just mentioned him, Herb Sendek. I wanted to ask you about him. I believe he came out with a statement congratulating you, sir. And to extend the lineage of NC State, to do his tenure, to be that extension of his tenure at NC State, what does that mean to you, sir?
I don't think I understand your question.
How meaningful is it? You played for Herb Sendek.
I did.
Obviously, he's a mentor. That's a part of NC State's lineage. How meaningful is it to be a part of that and extend that lineage?
Yeah, Coach Sindek, he was very influential in my career as well, as a coach and as a player. You know, as a player here, I was a part of his first team. Coach Harris as well, Larry Harris, I think he's in here. And we were kind of that bridge, right? Because Coach Robinson had recruited me, stepped away, and Coach came in, and you know, he was trying to get it going, right? And for those 4 years I was here, we never made the NCAA tournament. We were NIT team every year, but continued to get better, make it to the Final Four of the NIT my last year. And so being with Coach Sindek through those tough moments, fellas, it brought us close. It brought us closer. And he always, I think, appreciated us for that transition because it was hard. It was tough to go through. He and I have a great relationship now. And then, you know, year 6 for him kind of takes off, and you know, he ends up doing a good job. And so it kind of came full circle when I joined his staff as an assistant and had the chance to work under him. So I played under him. I knew how he worked there. But now to see a different side of him as a coach also kind of brought it full circle. So some of the things, the good things from Coach, man, I pull from, right? And it is a part of me. And I'm proud to say that I played for Coach. I'm proud to say that I had a chance to work for him.
That's going to conclude this portion of our press conference. We will, band, get ready for your final song. It's good. So from here, we'll have a breakout with the media out on the